What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. Well, clearly today we need to talk about Zeta Global Holdings because apparently everybody on the internet wants to talk about Zeta Global Holdings now. You got big influencers like Amit. You've got, questionable ones as well that are big names also talking about Zeta Global Holdings. It seems to be going mainstream. And I have a big warning that I will be getting into about that coming up in this video. Before we dive into that, just want you to know I'm just a guy on the internet. Disclaimer, this is not financial advice, for educational and entertainment purposes only, of course. Also, if you hit that like button, helps me out a ton. Comment below, do you have any Zeta? Are you going to be buying Zeta? Are you thinking about buying Zeta? Have you bought any yet? And what are your thoughts? Leave them down below, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Zeta Global Holdings. You've probably seen a lot of buzz, a lot of hype online. Everybody's talking about it, and you've probably seen charts like this from Wealthmatica. He's great to follow if you want to follow Zeta. All their charts up and to the right. EPS down and from the left up to the right. It's about to flip positive. Free cash flow, absolutely trending in the right direction. Some other things on here like stock-based compensation, which has been one of the overhangs, is also starting to trend kind of in the right direction as well. This thing is on the cusp of being GAAP profitable, which is a very, very important gate to get through so that institutional funds can start flowing into it to a greater degree. I have thought that this is a gem for the last 6 months. I'll actually, at the end of this video, I will link the video to my video on Zeta when I first gave it my sniff test, and it absolutely passed. And in those 6 months, price has pretty much gone nowhere, which is fine. I've just been buying more shares because I was buying, for instance, I was buying SoFi at $6, $7, back in 2020, what was that, 3, maybe 4. And I think this is my next SoFi. All the signs are there. All the fundamentals are trending in the right direction, like really good. And stock has just been kind of going nowhere. And that's fine. Eventually there will be a re-rating. Eventually there will be a change. And it seems like that change is upon us, because last week towards, actually earlier this week, I should say, the holidays, Merry Christmas, the holidays had me a little flustered. But there's been a lot of buzz about Zeta. And so that's my big warning. So let's go to the charts here. Zeta Global Holdings. My big warning is the last time that there was a bunch of hype on financial Twitter, on Finex, there was a big pump. There's a big day like we had today, like a 7% day. And then it faded, and all of the chasers got punished. I remember it quite clearly. We were up pretty much at this level here, 20 bucks. And we got pushed down about 10%. And so the people that bought there, they got hammered. Now, do I think that we are in for the same thing again? Absolutely. I think that absolutely. I think that Zeta Global will get faded. It's just a trend that I've noticed. Whenever there's a bunch of hype on something on financial Twitter, it's like the market makers push the price up. And then because they know that there will be buyers up there, because retail will come flooding in, and then they'll be able to whack-a-mole them. But if you can get through that, if you are fine with this thing drawing down 10%, maybe you already have a position you want to add, whatever. I think for the long term, it's a great stock. I didn't buy any more today, but I would, if I had zero position, I would be buying today. You could see we had an 8% day today, which is just incredible. And we'll zoom in here a little bit. You can see that Zeta Global is breaking out of this triangle pattern here. And this is on the weekly, and this is a very strong weekly candle. We came off the Gann angle. We came through this wedge. We are, the foundation has been formed at this anchored volume profile, and I could very easily see this thing get up to 22, 23, heck, even into the $24 and $25 area. By end of year, that's only 4 more days. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get up to 23. But my big warning is that this entire 8% move could get reversed, and then eventually it makes its way up to 24. I've just seen it too many times when there's a bunch of hype on a name on financial Twitter. Chasers, they tend to get punished. But if you have a long-term perspective, let's take a look at this on the daily. If you have a long-term perspective on this name, you're still early. You're still buying where I've been buying. I bought a bunch down here, probably half of what I own, maybe a little bit less. I've actually averaged up. But I've been just buying and buying and buying right between 17 and 20 bucks. I think I even bought at the prices that we're at today. So I'm not opposed to buying here. This thing is a gem. It's undervalued. Everything's trending in the right direction. I'm still bullish on it, but I had to come on here and let you guys know that typically when you chase a candle like this, it doesn't end well. That being said, if you have no position, you're just starting to look into Zeta, I plan to hold my shares for a very long time. And I think, let's just take a look and see. I believe that it's going to at least follow this Gann angle. If we go 365 days out, we are up 59%. And I do have this drawn on a weekly, so that's my real call here. 52 weeks out. So it's a little bit more conservative, 31% from here. Even after today's 8% move, I think that you're greatly outperforming the market. But it could be a lot more than that, because you can see here, we've had this all-time high. And fingers crossed, I'm not counting on this, but it would be incredible if the whole short report thing that came out like earlier that sent price down, if that whole thing reverses, we could, the fundamentals have only gotten better since then. So we could have a re-rating back up to that and potentially reclaim this Gann angle here. If that were to happen, I mean, that Gann angle today is at $75 and it's constantly getting higher every week. That would be obviously insane. But yeah, Zeta, I'm a bull. It's one of my biggest positions right now. It's on the road to gap profitability. SoFi flipped to gap profitable and didn't really have its run for like another year or so. I'm not counting on it taking that long with Zeta, but I could see that happening. So, I don't think that there's any need to absolutely rush in. At the same time, it sure does look like we've broken out of a pattern, and it might want to get on the move, before end of year. So, well, anyways, just wanted to share that with you. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe. If you want to watch a Zeta Global video where I kind of give a quick run through to kind of explain what they do, I have that video here at the end of this video, and comment your thoughts below. Thanks so much. Risky Ryan.